What's going on, boys? My name is Nox and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Blizzcon announcements. There's some really cool stuff that I saw. I got pretty excited about it, so I decided to make a video covering it, just kind of give my thoughts and then see what you guys thought. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of the Blizzcon announcements. Diablo 2 Remastered looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to play that. Some cool Hearthstone stuff. But this video is going to be focused on the WoW content, so let's get into that. So this is kind of just like the synopsis. It's just on the front page of MMO Champion that I was kind of going through. I watched the BlizzCon stuff. It was awesome, but I don't want to just replay the video. You guys can go watch that there. The first thing is the systems. They're not really talking about any of the systems, which is good. That means that's not going to be a big focus for them. I don't think there's too much that needs to go into the systems or anything that needs to be added on top of each other like Blizzard tends to do with Shadowlands right now. I think Shadowlands is actually in a pretty good spot, especially since they're adding Valor back in. They buffed the raid drops. As long as those buffed raid drops continue into the next raid, I'm pretty happy as far as like the looting system goes, the gearing system goes. Personally, just the way I play the game, I enjoy it. The story, the Chain of Domination will explore the Maw and the Jailer's plans, and the four covenants will come together to take the fight to the Jailer. That's cool. What would be cool is, since the four covenants are teaming up together, you can choose your covenant ability. Maybe this is the story that allows us to pull the ripcord. Please, Ian. Please, Ion. Please. 9.1 features. There's, you know, a new section of raid. There's a Sanctum of Domination. Or, I'm sorry. There's a new section of the Maw, which is cool. More outdoor areas are great, especially since you can mount the Maw. New mounts, new pets. It sounds like it's going to be like an Argus / Timeless Isle sort of thing. I'm glad they're adding this in early into the expansion rather than later. I hope they do it really well, kind of like the Firelands dailies. Those were pretty sweet. I really enjoyed those back in Cataclysm Boomer here. But yeah, that would be pretty sweet. The new raid, 10 bosses. I'm excited that it's 10 bosses and not shorter. Sometimes the middle raid of an expansion is pretty short. I'm glad that they're giving us like a full-size raid without it being too big. We're also getting more Torghast stuff, love it or hate it, besides them spelling Torghast wrong. I mean, love it or hate it, more Torghast stuff is good. New layouts, new wings. That just makes things a little bit more interesting. I'd like to see them maybe buff the amount of soul ash you can get from Torghast. That would be cool, just so, you know, you can get your legendaries a little bit faster. In any event, the new mega dungeon. So this is what I'm most excited about, I think, is every time Blizzard has done a mega dungeon, it's been amazing. Mechagon was incredible. Karazhan was incredible. There's some really interesting fights, really interesting mechanics. The locales are varying. This, I'm really excited about this. Infinite Pirate Dragon Boss. Hello? That looks amazing. I'm super excited about that. There's a new broker mount. There's some broker themed weapons. I really like the broker stuff. I really like that aesthetic. I'm excited to get some of that. That'll be really cool. Covenant system, they're adding some new conduits and some new conduits and additional conduits. I don't know what that means. Maybe they're reworking some and they're adding some new ones. I'm not really sure. They're expanding the soulbind system. Again, like I'm not really sure about that. I mean, maybe they'll be a little bit more impactful, but I'm not really sure. Some more transmog stuff. That's cool. I always like cosmetic stuff, especially for that. And then the big one, flying in 9.1. Like, that means we don't have to wait for 9.3. That means we can fly in the Shadowlands a lot sooner. I'm super excited about that. I would be interested to see what that looks like when you're flying from zone to zone. Shadowlands is very spread out. You know, obviously, like, there's like, you know, continents on all four corners of the Shadowlands. Can you fly the distance between them? Do you fly through the teleporter and just instantly get ported? Is that how that works? That would be interesting to find out. It would suck to be able to fly somewhere and then have to take a flight point to the next zone. It would be cool if that was faster, but we will see. I'm glad that there's no rep grind. I'm glad that it's unlocked through the Covenant story, even if that means there's a little bit more Covenant story on top of what we've already completed. Most of us are probably done with our Covenant campaign for now, so even if it's a few more acts, as long as it's not gated behind some weekly renown shenanigans, I'm fine with that. Shadowlands right now is in a really good spot where if you started the game today, like the very first time you played Shadowlands was today, you can catch up to where my character's at, or as someone who's been playing since the very beginning of the expansion, in a week or 2 weeks. You do your renown quests, that's great. You do your callings, that's some extra renown there. You run some dungeons, that's some free renown there. And you can really quickly go through the Covenant campaign really fast. So I'm very excited about that. I'm happy that they're giving us flying sooner rather than later. I hate having like to wait for all of that. Some of these flying mounts look amazing. Like this is the Venthyr one, kind of makes me wish I was Venthyr. The Necrolord one's like that's okay. Bugs are cool, I guess. There's some cosmetic stuff that I'm pretty excited about. But I think really like the big thing is the raid and the mega dungeon for me. That's always been my preferred form of content, is dungeons and raiding. So I'm excited to add some variety. 8 dungeons doesn't feel like enough. So especially when this Mythic Plus dungeon probably becomes 2 dungeons, that'll expand that to 10, and it'll have a little bit more variety when you're spamming keys all week. Yeah, so I mean, that was it, guys. I just wanted to cover just the real brief overview of what they announced for 9.1. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. Let me know in the comments below what you're excited about. Let me know what you hope they change. Spoilers ahead. We're gonna be fighting some people, some important folks. So yeah, there we go. Do click like on this video if you enjoyed it. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday on Twitch. A link to that is in the description below, and I will catch you guys next time.